Hello everyone, and today we're going to be talking all things fictional men. We're going to be basically talking about my top 10 fictional men, and this is just my personal list. If you do not agree with my list, that is completely fine, but these are the top 10 men that make me swoon. I have not stopped thinking about them over the years. It's taken me a while to make this list, and it's a very mixed bag, I will admit. I don't know what the rhyme or reason is with half these men being on this list, but they just somehow work for me. And I just have them in top 10. They're not necessarily in order, bar the number one. The number one stays the same. The rest of them will kind of move around depending on my mood, or if I've read them recently or seen an edit of them or something, but it just genuinely depends. Let's get into my top 10 fictional men. Okay, firstly, I'm going to go in with some honorable mentions because obviously not every man can make the list, unfortunately. But I have 5 honorable mentions. So first, I'm going to go in with Theo Silva, and we meet Theo Silva in Reckless. He is Rhett's basically bull rider apprentice. He's the young, spunky, full of life and loves adrenaline, basically, and he's just a golden retriever in a man, and I'm obsessed with him. So if you're looking for a fun-loving adrenaline junkie man, then Theo Silva might be the one for you. Next, we have Joey Lynch, and he is just an honorable mention, as in I just have so much love and care for him. He is not a book boyfriend, and I don't look at him as a book boyfriend personally. I look at him as someone that I have deep care for, a brother. And someone that I just want to look out for, but I just feel he needs to get an honorable mention because he's a book boyfriend at the end of the day. He's a fictional man, but he is just someone that I just have such deep care for. Joey Lynch, we're not going to go too much into it. The next honorable mention is John Logan, and the only reason I don't think John Logan is on my top 10 is because I am currently reading his book, and it feels kind of unfair to add a man to the list that I haven't fully read their book. I've just seen what they look like in their casting in the series, and maybe that's why they're getting added to the list. So yeah, we're just going to give them an honorable mention. And then my last honorable mention, and you know what, I'm going to include them as a duo because they come better as a duo, and that is Shane Hollander and Ilya Rozanov. And I love Shane and Ilya. I love their relationship. I love them individually and I love them together. And I think that their personalities complement each other very, very well. We have the black cat kind of golden retriever type vibe going on. And I enjoyed them thoroughly in Heated Rivalry. And I enjoyed the way that Connor Story and Hudson Williams managed to bring Shane Hollander and Ilya Rozanov to life, because I will be forever changed because of their acting and the way that they have just taken the book talk by storm. So they deserve an absolute most honorable of mentions. So now we are going to get into my top 10, and we're going to go from 10 to 1 because I want to keep you in suspense. So number 10 is Knox Eden, and we meet Knox Eden in Juniper Hill, which is the second book in the Eden series, and this is one of Devney Perry's series. It's a small town in Montana, I think it is, and Knox is just the epitome of a grumpy, burly, handsome man. He's a chef in the small town that they live in, and basically this girl comes to live with him. Memphis is her name. She comes to live with Knox because she has gotten a job in the hotel, and his sister basically needs somewhere for her new employee to live, and Knox has a spare guest room, so she moves in there. And Knox is just such a caring man, and he can cook, and he is all things amazing. Absolutely love him, and that's why he is number 10 on the list, because it's one of the first series that I read as far as I can remember, and years later I'm still obsessed with Knox Eden. So if that doesn't tell you all you need to know, then just take my word for it. He is amazing. Number 9, we have Dylan Donovan, and we meet Dylan Donovan in Revolve by Bal Cabra. It is the third book in the Off the Ice series, and Dylan is the hockey player who always seems to be messing up, but underneath it all, he's really trying hard not to. but somehow things just always end up going wrong for him, and it basically lands him in a position where he has to participate with a figure skater to be able to play hockey again because of some mistakes he's made. And the figure skater that he ends up meeting ends up being our love interest, and he is just broody but so caring, and we find out that he used to do figure skating with his sister as a kid, and like that just makes him all the more swoon-worthy. Number 8, we have Miles from Funny Story, and I am absolutely obsessed with Miles. I think Miles is just the perfect combination of like an introverted extrovert. Like, he enjoys being around people and talking to people, but then he could just as happily be with a joint rolled up in his room chilling out. And he is a man who loves Crocs. But Miles is just really fun-loving and caring, and he basically, I feel like he was misunderstood with the partner he was with originally, and then when he meets Daphne, we really get to see like that true side of him come out and like flourish. I feel like he was always the same person that he was, but he needed to be with the right person to understand kind of his quirks and the way he works. I really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to do my reread of Funny Story to be able to get to see him again. Number 7, and this is a recent one after being added to the list, which is Vin from No Matter What by Cara Stone. And the reason that he is number 7 is because we don't see much of Vin's dialogue through the series because it's told from our female main character's point of view, but we get snippets of what he is doing in his own private time. So we get snippets of what he's doing when he's not with his partner, and it just gives such a like deeper insight to what's going on with him internally, and it just made me have so much understanding for him and care for him. Vin is a beautiful character, and I really, really enjoyed meeting him in No Matter What, and I found him quite endearing and charming. And if you're looking for a character like that, then Vin should be right up your street. Number 6 is Jasper Gervais, and I am a Jasper Gervais defender. I think I'm one of the only people I know other than me and my bestie Kiara who loves Jasper also, but he is not the fan favourite. People don't really love him. So he is in Powerless, and he is not technically an Eaton brother, but he is an honorary Eaton brother, and in his book he is a hockey player, and he has lusted and loved Sloane for so long, but they've only ever been friends. And in their book, she basically is a runaway bride, and she runs right into Jasper's arms, and he is a grumpy hockey player but only smiles and loves and has eyes for her. And we find out he has a secret tattoo for her, and he's just been yearning and longing for her the whole time and has just kind of sat back in the wings and waited. And I love a man who yearns. So love Jasper. We're into the top 5 now, guys. We're into the top 5, and it's getting hard out here. So number 5, and he's only been added to the list in the last week, and that is Garrett Graham from The Deal. And if you don't know or have been living under a rock, I think Off Campus has taken the whole of the world by storm, and I have too fallen victim to it. I never read The Deal. I never read any of the Off Campus books, so I thought, why not now, because the series has come out, and I've fallen in love with Garrett Graham as much as everyone else has, and I don't think I need to explain any further why. I just do. So yeah. Number 4 is Jacob Maddox, and we meet Jacob in Yours Truly. And the reason Jacob is number 4 is because, not so much because like I think he's a really hot book boyfriend or anything like that, I just think who he is as a person. I found a lot of myself within Jacob, and like the way he has anxiety and the way he manages anxiety and his inner dialogue in particular, and then the way he cares for other people in his life because of the anxiety in his head, which I found really relatable to me, and I saw a lot of myself in him. But I found him very endearing as a partner to his partner because the way his anxiety works. I found the way he treated his partner to be quite charming and endearing, and I just love Jacob, and I think Jacob deserves so much love, and I think everyone Everyone needs a Jacob in their life. He is amazing. Now we're getting into the top 3, and these are the most unhinged. Like, if you're going for your top 3 for your book boyfriends, they have to be like the best. So none of these are attainable men, but they are the top 3 nonetheless. So number 3 is Rowan Whitethorn, and I never ever thought I would have a light-haired man on this list. Like, who would have thought we'd have a light-haired man? But it's silver, so it's fine technically. It's not blonde. And I'm just obsessed with him. He is Aelin's partner in the Throne of Glass series, and he cares so much about the people around him. And he would die for her if it meant everyone else would die. If she would survive, that's all that matters. And that is why he is number 3, because he would burn the literal world for Aelin. And not care. And make no qualms about it. It would be for his woman. For his Fireheart. And I just love him so much. He is a fandabulous looking man. He kind of gives me the Witcher vibes. If he had long hair, he'd be the Witcher. He'd be the Witcher. And if we ever get a live action, I'm gonna need Henry Cavill to get that silver wig back on, and come be Rowan Whitethorn for us, please and thank you. And number 2 is Julian Hates, and Julian Hates is the brother of Daisy Hates, which is part of the Magnolia Parks universe. He is a arts dealer, if that's what you want to say. He's an arts dealer, but arts collector, but under it all, he is a boss of a crime gang, I want to say. And the reason he is number 2, personally, is because I just fall in love with yearning, and he just yearns so hard, particularly for Magnolia, which we see, and he is the one woman that kind of like breaks him out of the way he is thinking, his patterns, and I just love him. But not just because of the way he treats Magnolia, but the way he treats his sister. Like, his sibling is one of the most important things in the world to him. And I think because you see how much of a lack of care he has for like basic people, just normal people in his life. But if you attack the people he cares about, you're gone, you're dead, you're done. So yeah, I love Julian, and I would love a book just on Julian himself, but I don't think we're ever going to get that because it is Daisy and Magnolia. But I would personally love a Julian book just to like get his inner monologue all the time, as opposed to like having to have Daisy's as well, if that makes sense. But because sometimes because the books are about Daisy and Christian, but we get some Julian monologue, like dialogue, but I would prefer to have his own book with his own points of view. Number 1, guys. Drum roll, please, because it's going to be shocking. You're never, ever going to guess who number 1 is. It's Aidan Ryerson, guys. And I don't think I need to explain. I genuinely don't think I need to explain. I feel like he has done something to my brain that will never change. Like, I think about Aidan Ryerson daily. He is a man that like should not exist. He makes Reese look mid as fuck. Like, Reese looks like shit compared to Xaden. The way Xaden acts, the way Xaden is. The fan art of him, he is beautiful. I don't think we're going to find someone, in my mind, like handsome enough to be him. And that really, really scares me for the upcoming release, but I hope Michael B. Jordan will do it justice. So I'm not going to go into explaining too much as to why Xaden is number 1. Xaden is number 1 because Xaden is the number 1. But as I said, that is my list of my top 10 boyfriends. I need to go take a break now because I've talked about them for too long. I just need to go like sit down for a while. But these are my top 10 book boyfriends. I would love to know what your top 10 book boyfriends are. And I feel like reading is so subjective, and like the male characters are also different, that everyone's going to be attracted to different ones. So I'd love to see what your top 10 are. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one.